Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III Tours and Tournaments. So last episode we finally started up this independence war after continued problems with our lords, the kings of France, over multiple generations. As we start up this war, we've taken one of their provinces. We're at 22%, so we're currently winning, but we need to get a decisive battle. So I'm hoping that the papal forces will follow us if we attack them. It's hard to say because they're doing the siege. You never really can entirely predict what they'll end up doing. Sometimes if you send them on the attack, then they'll go with you, but sometimes not. So we're going to have to see exactly what happens, but what I'd like to do is attack them here where we'll get the force bonus. We did get a diplomacy perk, so we're going to go ahead and get the adaptive traditions. Then we'll get those flexible truces, and then we'll be able to move to these last two here and finish up this branch. So they are taking off, but so are the enemy troops, so we might not be able to attack them where we want here. Yeah, they might actually go after us. So it'd be preferable to have them attack us, you know, like across a river and forest or something. We'll see if we can't make something happen, but really we outnumber them, so we don't have to have any defensive bonuses. Okay, so they're moving over here. Maybe the battle will happen here. Okay, so they're going over to this province here, so they're probably trying to avoid this now. Oh, we can't move straight to there. I didn't see that. So maybe we'll go here and see if they'll attack us in the hills. Okay, so they want to avoid us because, of course, we would win this battle. So they're trying to avoid us here. So this would result in them getting defensive bonuses in the hills. We don't really want that. So we're going to try and avoid that if we can. Maybe go over this way instead. And if anything, let's fight them on the plains. Because, you know, we have the numbers. So that's really what matters here. Alright, so we've got the Papal States following us. And so this is going to be nobody getting defensive bonuses and really just our numbers that will hopefully get us the win here. So it's going to take them a little bit longer, but yeah, it looks like we're going to get a victory here. Still 1,500 troops over there, and unfortunately it looks like our friend has died, our best friend. Oh, that's very unfortunate. How did he die? Did he die in battle or something? He did die in battle. So I'm going to guess that he was serving as a knight for the king and he died in this battle we just had here. And like this is our own knight who killed him. Yeah. So we can declare that we're going to seek revenge here. I don't think we'd do that since, I mean, he died in the battle that we were leading in. Not necessarily personally leading, but it's our army. So it doesn't make any sense. We're getting a lot of stress from this here. We gained 61 stress from it. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense for us to rival our own knight for fighting on our side in the battle. So no matter what here, we're going to go into critical stress levels, unless we get this 26%, which is obviously unlikely. Even then, you still, I think, go to critical because of the gregarious here. Okay, so what we might want to do is see if there's anything we can do here to avoid the stress. So the problem is we can't pet our cat because we just did that recently, and we can't visit the market because we don't have enough money to do so. So essentially, we're going to likely, yeah, most definitely hit the stress level. So this is just the 20 stress moving you into critical, and then you get the ongoing heartache, which will increase stress gain. Or you say, I will never forget this day. And then there's a chance that we'll gain significantly more stress. Also could get negative traits, and then a small chance that you actually reduce stress. Well, I suppose because you're taking the extra 40 stress, this is always the worst option regardless of what happens. I mean, or at least it's equivalent to this, with the exception of the modifier. Because you get that 26%, it removes the 20 of the 40 stress. So it's better to go with this one here. We're in the middle of a war, so I feel like we need to be strong and move forward here. So we did move to the critical stress level right during this conflict. So we knew that was going to be an issue when we made him into our best friend. It made sense to make him into our best friend, though. We'd hung out with him quite a bit. But this is how our knights did in this big, decisive, important battle here. Get us up to 51%. And of course we know about our best friend being killed here. Seems like he was the only knight that was killed in the battle. But this knight here did very well, the one who killed him. Okay, so we'll have to see what happens with that critical stress level, which trait we end up getting, which event we get. Alright, so we got the mental break. And so we can either become a drunkard, or we can say I must press on. It is what he would have wanted. And we'll get the frozen grief. Okay. So would we become a drunkard? We're gregarious. We're quite upset about it. I feel like we're probably going to go with the frozen grief one. So that's going to hit our diplomacy. We do have a lot of diplomacy. But the health penalty would be the worst thing that we're getting here. Because yeah, we're 48 years old. We're feeling fine still. But yeah, that'll have a little bit of effect there. We'll have to see. That's what we're going to go with. We've reduced our stress levels, but we're still kind of stressed out, so we do need to do something about it. So we need to get this war done. And this climbing up is at 52% currently. Not sure what's happening here. Looks like another rebellion of some sort. I don't think it's to the king, though. He just has the one war going at the moment. He finished up those other rebellions. Alright, so with the battle won, and them retreating, we're going to want to go ahead and go after Paris next. Now, we could take some more of this territory here. I don't even know if we have enough troops to take Paris. But obviously that's the best, most efficient way for us to win this. So what we're going to do is like go through this territory in a way where we can try and avoid as much attrition as possible. I wonder if we can dip through here and then go out that way. We'll have to see. You'd think so. So a secret has been exposed. And this is on the count here. He has a lover. So we can imprison the lover. Yeah, I think we'll just go with this. These accusations are not but malice and lies. And we got this conflict we need to be focused on. Looks like we'll actually be doing a battle here. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we'll be fighting them. And we outnumber them greatly. And we're going to get assistance from the Pope, though he did not arrive in time. So that got us a little bit more percentage there. All right, excellent. Let's see how our knights did. We did kill another count. So let's just take a look here and see where we're at on the battles. 35%. So we can still get a few more points from battles, but the key here is really going to be a siege. We need to take some of his provinces. So we could also do a battle here. They would have the mountain bonus and defending a river crossing, but it's only 916 dudes and the Pope's real close while his troops are far away. So let's go ahead and do this to try and get some more war score here. And we also captured one of his guys. So we'll see if that's somebody we want to ransom off. Oh, we can ransom off that captain there. Is this a mercenary unit? Seems like it. Alright, so let's just take a look. Yeah, this is a mercenary guy, I think. So he's part of the Normans. So we can ransom him for 100 gold. They usually have a lot of money on them, due to getting paid for their mercenary work. And then we still have this guy as well. So I'm not sure if we want to ransom him off, because I don't know if his troops are already wiped out. So I don't know if that will result in us having to fight this army again at some point. But we do need money. So I think we're going to do it simply because it's 100 gold, guys. And we are having some financial issues. Alright, so let's go ahead and start moving towards Paris. And maybe the Pope is moving towards Paris as well. We got that ransom, excellent. So that's going to help us stay into the war longer without any of those penalties for not having enough money. But yeah, we're doing very well in this so far. We do have enough troops to do the siege. I wasn't sure if we would or not. 14 months though, so it's going to be a longer siege. But once you win that, you essentially win the war. And he's going to go do his own sieges, which are going to be irrelevant compared to taking Paris. Now we might have to do another battle. We'll have to see. And there are still more points to get from battles. But we have uncovered another secret here we can make use of at some point. Now, unfortunately, I checked this before we started here. We still can't add anybody else into this war to make it go a little easier. So what I did is I sent our spy over to here, and that's where we're getting all these secrets from. And I'm hoping that we can find a secret on the Duke of Champagne and then force him into the war if we can get a strong hook on him. Of course, we don't need to do that, but the reason why I always wanted, because we're going to win this regardless. Oh, that's interesting. King Eve just formed an alliance with the King of Lotharingia. So that's not good, because he can bring him into this conflict, and I'm assuming that he's going to have a good little chunk of troops here, 3,200. Yeah, so he might drag him into this war. Yeah, I expect he probably will. Another secret's been exposed here. And we can imprison... Oh, is this on her? Yeah, it's always been a problem for her. Okay. She has a lot of lovers, apparently. So we're just going to do this one here. We haven't arrested her for all her other crimes. So we'll just leave her be here. So yeah, we'll get this siege done, and we'll see where we're at in the war score. It's still ticking up right now. He did bring in another king. So that's an additional army that we have to worry about out there. The Pope's currently helping us with the siege. And so yeah, we're going to get it done sooner. It is winter, so that's more attrition as well. I'm just hoping this will be enough to win the war. And so this is regarding the Countess Isabella, our Chancellor. And she's offered us her counsel and aid on many occasions, hoping to alleviate the burden of my duties. However, Isabella's attentions have incurred the ear of of our spy master. So just some problems here, and she's pregnant as well. Very pregnant. I mean, she's only been with child for 2 months, but you can definitely see it. Anyway, so she says, Isabella cannot be trusted. This is merely a ploy to exploit you, my liege. So we can say, I will only place my trust in those who deserve it. Countess Isabella will become our friend here. We'll get a weak hook on her as well. But then our spy master becomes our rival. And we'll lose 90 stress because we're fickle. Instead, we can say, can the three of us not find common ground? A diplomacy challenge. So probably one we'd want to do since we're a diplomacy-minded character, and 100% chance of success. Increase in opinion with both of them, particularly with Isabella. We increase our diplomacy by 1. We'll also lose that stress, and we'll gain 150 prestige, which we know Raymond loves. Getting more prestige. So I think we're going to do that. And reducing that stress will be really helpful, because we do not want another stress event. Alright, so he finished up his siege, and apparently that was a pretty important one, because yeah, that ticked it down quite a bit. And so now we finished our siege. Did he take somebody important? Something? Jeez, yeah, that had a huge effect. I was not expecting it to affect us that much. And Harris was not as helpful as I was hoping, probably because we haven't taken the entire county, because there's 2 more locations here. Okay, so that's unfortunate. So we're going to need to go after them. Yeah, we're clearly going to have to go after him rather than doing another siege, because he'll be able to continue his sieges of our territory, which are clearly having a bigger effect than ours are of him. So let's get the hell out of here. Oh, we take attrition when we go through that province. Guess I didn't notice that before. It's not that big of a deal, but I don't think there's any way out of here without taking the attrition. Yeah, you gotta go through there. So yeah, we'll dip back into Normandy. And is he the one doing witchcraft? Yes, he is. That might be a strong hook, guys. So that could potentially, I mean, allow us, yeah, it looks like it would be a strong hook to force him into this war. And one of our acquaintance died. Oh, a prisoner. Okay, that's the one we didn't have anything to do with. So we have that strong hook on him. And so now we should be able to force him into this rebellion. So this is going to work out pretty well for us. Although he's not actually an option here. Maybe because he can't be forced in. It might have been good for me to check that before I attempted to. Alright, so that's a bummer. It looks like also couldn't do the Duke of Flanders. I think it's because of a child. Yeah, there's a child on that ducal title. So The options would be the new Duke of Brittany, which makes sense. He's our former son-in-law. So there'd be him with his 1,900 troops. Or the Duke of Burgundy, which, you know, we already have that marriage alliance with him, so I think it makes more sense to do Brittany. He does have more troops, though. But yeah, let's do the Brittany one. We'll try. It's such a bummer, though, that we didn't gain a hook on somebody we could actually use it on. I should have looked at that beforehand, see if he was even an option to be brought into the faction. So yeah, the chances of getting a strong hook are pretty rare anyways on the main character that you're trying to get the hook on. And then for us to gain the hook and not be able to use it is very unfortunate. Alright, so this is, I think, the last trait for our daughter here. And she's 11 years old. Not the last trait, she has one more. So we don't want her to be callous. Trying to teach her to be good to go into the church here. And so we'll do the just one. And take the stress. Which we really don't want more stress here, but we'll take a look at those allies. I don't think there's anybody that we can actually bring in that would be helpful here. And this is what Count Bosun and his rivalry. So we can actually do that house feud if we so desired. It makes sense. We tried to do the house feud before and I hit the wrong button. So yeah, we'll do this. Why not? So we got the feud now with his family. Alright, so now let's try and save our province here if we can. It's 4 months to get down there. So we just want to march the quickest route. The Pope should follow us. And then if we can get that victory there, wipe out his troops, which we don't even probably need his assistance. Maybe. Hard to say. And he's doing the siege here. He's very close to being done. And hopefully he gets here in time, because yeah, we might not be able to win this without him. Looks like we'll get the win now that he got here in time. And we did get 2 gold from our cat event that sometimes fires. It brings you a little bit of coin. I think that's what the event was. I didn't read it. I'm just assuming. I thought this was the Bosun. This is a different one. Not Count Bosun. I was like, what would be the luck that we captured our rival in battle? And this character here was killed. One of their knights. Who killed him? One of our counts here. Okay. So with that win, that's probably the max. Although we're actually getting an additional 2%. That's interesting. So we're at 52% here. So they control the war target. That's where we lost all the percentage. So clearly this was more important than I realized. I thought they needed to take our capital. I'm not entirely sure why they were able to just take that. And that's the war target. So we take that back and then we won the war. Essentially. So let's go ahead and do so. It looks like the Pope is going to continue to follow us as well, despite the attrition that comes from that. Nope, maybe not. Go and attack one of their territories. Alright, so they're doing this siege over here, but once we take this back, this should be a victory. And the Duke of Champagne once again wants to exchange letters with us. We tried this once before. It didn't work out. Oh, that's interesting. I thought we had the hook on the Duke of Champagne. So we could try this again. Yeah, why not? Let's try. We'll see if we can't establish friendlier relations with them. We'll just have to be more careful about the options we pick there. Every time I come in here, some event pops up. So I think we did this one last time. He didn't like it. So yeah, we'll do the tell me about the blessings of family. Clearly he wants to talk about something he's interested in. And remember, we can't pull in the Duke of Burgundy, of course. That's not an option. And these other characters, most of them also aren't options. If not all of them. This guy is, but it's 210 dudes. Why waste all that prestige? There are some potential alliances we could do. They wouldn't accept anyways. And we probably don't even want those alliances. And we can also imprison our chancellor for that crime that she committed. Is she any good? She's alright. But she does have 3 counties. So maybe after this war, I don't know, do we like her? I mean, she really likes us, but do we like her? That's the question. Because I feel like I don't like any of our vassals having too many counties. Raymond doesn't like anybody who can claim to be as prestigious as him. I mean, we only have 4 counties. So a count that is so powerful, probably wouldn't like that. Alright, so we learned another person's secret here. So basically at the end of this siege here, we should hopefully win it. And again, nothing we say pleases him. Now we do get the diplomacy lifestyle points, so there's that. But he's just difficult. Well, if we're just going to give up on that then. Oh yes, our antiquarian died, and that reminded me that there's something I wanted to do in here. Is just see if there's anybody who could do the court physician position with just based on their learning to kind of train them up on it. Because yeah, we're just never going to find a good doctor. Now this knight is a wise man. He would do poor at this. His learning's not great, but yeah, he's got the wise man. I think we'll just go with this guy and just make him into all these positions. I don't really like having the same guy in all the positions, but there's not really a whole lot of options. He can't even do the antiquarian position. And this knight here to be poor at it. Does kind of slow down the decay of your items. And of course then you'd be able to repair them as well. But I don't think we need to repair any of these items. The roe antler, 14 years, you might want to repair that eventually. Same thing with the lucky rabbit's paw, but we got plenty of time. Alright, so our siege is going to be done I think in 4 months here. The Pope's siege will be done in, about a month or so. That one's going to take longer. While the King's siege will be done in a month. So hopefully with these 2 sieges that we're doing, that'll be enough. Our wife was taken prisoner. Wow. So that's not good. So hopefully the Pope will release our spouse. But yeah, it's weird how we're on 2 separate sides of this conflict, since she did not rebel with us. That might cause problems with the inheritance as well. We'll have to see. Alright, so he took over that province, giving him some more war score. Once we take this, we've won. So it doesn't really matter. So let's go and enforce our demands and we'll gain independence. Also, due to his high rank, our acclaimed knight is going to get 25 glory. We'll get 150 prestige. And also, his crown law is going to change, which is going to be helpful for making sure that our children are able to inherit these titles over here. So yeah, let's go and enforce our demands. And we are now independent, and of course, no longer the master of the hunt. Alright, fantastic news, guys. Now there's a hunt over here. I don't think we'll be able to make it. So the next activity we're going to want to do is a grand tour to celebrate our victory. And I'm also considering the fact that we haven't gotten the kingdom title yet. We'd probably want to do that first because that costs money. And so if we wanted to form up this kingdom title here, it's going to cost us 400 gold. Now we did reduce the cost there with that perk that we have. So rather than 500, it's only 400. But obviously, we don't have anywhere near that right now. So we're going to need to save up for that. And then we'll do... he got the groom to rule. So he got a bunch of stewardship. And he's bossy. So we can now pick his education focus. And I'm thinking stewardship would make the most sense. So he could make a great steward for his brother. And then I think we're going to go ahead and educate him. Gained a claim on this artifact here. But yeah, once we get our kingdom title, we're going to make use of all those items we have. So right after defeating the King of France in a rebellion and gaining their independence, he now wants our heirs to get to know each other well, which I don't think this is his son here. This is his younger brother. Because, yeah, he just has the daughter. So his younger brother is currently set to inherit. The only other option is that we get acquainted instead, which I think makes even less sense. So we'll do this one. We might get a diplomacy lifestyle perk out of the situation. Oh yes, we need to take a look at our son and his own children. I notice he has a daughter, so we might want to arrange a marriage there. So yeah, these guys have met, and we can have him come to Toulouse, which would be 170 gold, or they can go to the King's Court, and our dynasty will get renown, and we will not be able to influence the median at all. We don't have any money. It makes sense with him being the higher rank. I mean, we're a pretty arrogant person, so we'd want him to come to us, I suppose, so that we can influence it. But at the same time, you do have to respect rank in this time, and he's the king. We're not a king yet. We haven't got our own kingly title, and you got to also recognize reality. We are broke, so we'll do this one here. And renown's always helpful. Oh, but yeah, let's take a look at our son and his daughter here. So she's 2 years old, no traits. And so we'll probably want to go ahead and arrange a marriage for her. And it would have to be a matrilineal marriage to ensure that if all he has is daughters, because his wife is pregnant again, 5 months pregnant, that at least the eldest one, the dynasty will continue, because obviously that would cause problems and end our campaign otherwise. So yeah, I think we should go ahead and arrange a marriage for her. And it's going to be a matrilineal marriage. Again, it's not going to be a great one because of it being matrilineal. And yeah, we don't want her to marry her uncle. That would be weird and very likely to result in some bad traits due to incest. So there's not going to be many choices doing it this way. And we can't just find her a marriage. So we'd have to instead, with the button to find a marriage, which I guess we'd have to look at somebody in our own court to do that, obviously. So yeah, like the find spouse. So instead what we need to do is find the spouse ourselves and then arrange the marriage. So we're looking for either inheritance or a strong alliance, which we have the alliance with the Pope, but having one more would be helpful. And I thought we had an alliance with her from Provence, which clearly we did not. I'm not entirely sure what happened on that one. Was it? Yeah, it was this here. So our daughter, Rosa, married him. And what is she doing now? Might want to bring her back. She won't come back to the court. Okay. She does have a son, but he's not of our dynasty because that was not a matrilineal marriage. Yeah, he died, and so that's why that marriage ended, and we weren't able to pull her into our conflict. We could try and do an additional marriage, but it looks like there's not really that many choices outside of our own grandson. So unless we're going to have these cousins marry each other, which I guess is an option. Let me just take a look here. If that's something even they'd be open to. Probably not, because he has a title. And we're talking about a matrilineal marriage here. So I don't think this would be something they'd be open to. Yeah, they do the regular marriage, but not a matrilineal one. And of course they're cousins, so there's probably a good chance that they're going to get the inbreeding traits. So we got to find somebody else, because there's no option in Provence. And it's got to be matrilineal, so there's probably not going to be a lot of options, period, unless we could do like a second son of one of these dukes or something that isn't set to inherit much. We've already married that one off to one of our granddaughters. So I'm seeing two potential options. In Aragon, there's a younger son that they would do a matrilineal marriage with. But in England, he has 3 sons. All of them are set to inherit something, though. Now, obviously, the eldest is already married, and they wouldn't do a matrilineal marriage for him anyways. This son, though, maybe. We can take a look if they'd be willing to do a matrilineal marriage. They would be. and he's set to get 2 earldoms. And he's second in line for the throne of England, so probably the much better option than over here in Aragon. They're just not as powerful. And this is the son here, and he's not set to inherit much, just the 1 county. But they would agree to this as well. And remember, we're getting a lot of bonuses from this as well. From onto this here, like the legacy and everybody's opinion of us, our dynasty being a desirable match. So there's a lot of reasons why people would want to marry into our respectable family here. But yeah, I think this is clearly the better option, not Walter. Samuel. So this is the marriage we're going to go ahead and do. Now, you notice we have another granddaughter here as well. So this is Bona's daughter, and she clearly needs a marriage too. So could do that one with Aragon. All right, so let's go ahead and do this marriage. This will be matrilineal. Because once that's agreed to. All right, excellent. So yeah, we do have that marriage with the King of England, the spawn of Satan. Of course, we did not get an alliance there. That's not going to result in an alliance. So the Aragon marriage would. So I think that's the one we're going to do next. It makes the most sense here. They're just kind of spreading our dynasty around, especially since these are our matrilineal marriages. And so that'll be with this 1-year-old boy here, which I think the girl's 4. So it would have made sense to do it the other way around. However, well, we have another daughter here too, or another granddaughter, excuse me. Let's do the younger one here. That makes the most sense because they're closer in age. And we'll do the matrilineal marriage there. Now, I suppose this also would not result in an alliance. Yeah, I didn't think about the fact because, yeah, it's a grandkid. We don't have any children of our own to marry, so it's fine. We want to spread our dynasty around. And this is one way to do it. We lost our counselor, Ricard. He was our really good marshal, so now we need to get somebody else appointed. And our son is of age, so it makes sense to make him the marshal because he has very good marshal. He's also a powerful vassal, so he wants a position. And it'll help him move through his perk tree quicker, so just all benefits to putting him in this position here. So we'll have him train our commanders. Also, we have the development up to 21. So in order to earn money, I think it's time to start collecting taxes here. Because, yeah, we need a lot of money right now. So let's go and start collecting taxes. But yeah, we have a number of things we need that money for. So here's the result of that friendship meeting here between our 2 sons. So Guilhem has finally returned after his visit to King Yves's court. In accordance with his illustrious rank, he was showered with luxurious presents during his stay. Things between him and Guilhem, are they both named Guilhem? No. That's weird. I probably should say Aldebert here instead. Went even better than expected. The 2 of them have become inseparable. So are they like friends now? No, they're not actually friends here, unless this creates friendship. It does. Okay, so that's interesting. You have a weird situation here. You know, if he doesn't have any children, or a son, I should say, which you expect that he would. His wife's still very young. Well, you could have a situation where the kings of Aquitaine and the kings of France are best friends here. It'd be interesting. But yeah, they have become inseparable. What is more, the visit proved to be an excellent opportunity to refine my diplomatic skills. So we got 300 diplomacy and lifestyle experience points. Gets us that next perk, which we're going to get here soon anyways. And then also, we're going to get 75 gold from Aldebert, which we need that money. So yeah, that worked out well. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this next perk, the flexible truces. And yeah, still just saving up, so we got to make sure we don't spend any money since we need the 400. Now we do have low county control because that province was taken by from us in that war. She accepted that betrothal. Excellent. So let's go ahead and have him increase the control here, and that would help us with the money. I don't think there's any other areas we need to work on. So we'll do that and make sure everybody's doing everything we want them to do. Yep. So yeah, we are an independent ruler now. but don't have that kingly title that Raymond so much desires to have. Here's a betrothal with our daughter NS, who, remember, we don't want to arrange marriage for, so we have to decline it. So unfortunately, this is because this is with the king. They really want a marriage here. This is with his brother, and it does result in an alliance with him. I can see doing a marriage with them, I suppose. They want one so badly, and I mean, they are technically Christian, not Catholic, but several episodes I talked about the differences between this religion and Catholicism, and why I don't think it's properly represented in the game. But I talked about it in the comments. I don't remember what video that is, or I'll direct you to it, just in case you're curious, my discussion I had there. But yeah, I could see, I suppose. The king's not married. Oh, he's only 18, so he hasn't got married yet. And so this character here is not likely to inherit the territory. And he didn't get any other titles. That's interesting. But obviously we have to decline this one here. So we're going to decline that. But yeah, we could potentially do a different marriage. Rosa still needs a spouse. He needs a spouse. It'd be far better for him to marry Rosa here. And that would still result in that same alliance. He would not accept it, though. I wonder why. That's interesting, because he was willing to accept the other alliance. He has a lower opinion of her. Maybe because it's his own marriage rather than his brother. So we could try with the brother instead. No, maybe it's Rosa. We could try with a granddaughter or something. Because yeah, we're definitely not wanting... Man, we got all these children. This is a bastard, but... Then we got our own son. He needs a marriage as well. We got this son to arrange a marriage for. That's one of bonus sons. We need to take a look at her, because she's the one that has all these kids. Yeah, let's try this marriage. It's a little bit higher, so Rosa seems to be part of the problem here. So let's try with his brother here, and they would accept that one. It does not result in an alliance, though. Because again, it's a granddaughter. And then there's no real benefit to doing that, is there? Unless you do... Well, we'll see. I mean, she'd have to wait so long. I was gonna say, unless you did matrilineal, but they won't accept that anyways. Because it is his heir, so that makes sense. Alright, so that's not an option. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of marriages we need to arrange, essentially. So I need to like dip around the game and find characters. Maybe I'll do that in between episodes. I don't want to waste any more time here looking for marriages. We're trying to earn money. We need to become a king to satisfy Raymond's opinion of himself. Another one of our counselors died, who was our friend. Oh, wait a minute. No, we had our friend died and a counselor died. I see. He died of cancer. And she just died. She died of cancer as well. Everybody dying of cancer, man. Getting everybody. So, we need a steward. That was our steward there. And the powerful vassal here, if he was to do anything, it'd be Spy Master. I think we're just going to appoint one of these characters instead. He's better, so that's who we'll appoint. And so we'll have him continue to collect taxes for us. Try and get more money here. Our grandson Albert, that's the son of Elizabeth, the bastard. Okay, so I think it makes sense to have him do the martial one instead, since he's got the hell. So yeah, we'll have him do that. And then we want to find him somebody good at martial abilities. Probably our son. I suppose that makes sense. So we declare war for this here. We can also, once the truce is up, declare war on France and start gaining territory there. It is unfortunate we didn't gain more territory while we were within France, and then we wouldn't have to fight the king just to get a couple counties. We might be able to expand on our other borders though, but of course money is our priority, so going to war is not the best way for us to earn money. But yeah, I think probably our son makes the most sense. So let's go ahead and have him educated. And we wouldn't be able to do it through here, but I did want to take a look and see if there's anybody who's better. There's not. So let's go ahead and have our son take care of his brother. We can also spar with our son as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and offer him Albert. Since he's got a good martial skills, learning's not great, but yeah, take care of your brother. Maybe they become close. He could serve him well. This might have been a bastard. He could be a good knight for him. And he's got a great martial ability, so. Alright, so that's taking care of our grandson. Yeah, we got a lot of marriages we're going to need to get arranged. All those grandchildren. And we're now rat free. That's a huge health boost for us, which is great because we're still dealing with the frozen grief. So looks like somebody's attempting to kill us here. So he's bringing it to our attention, and so we can become more vigilant. But we can also just arrest him as well, because he is a criminal. And he would have a decent knight ability, but you know, I feel like we might be thankful for him coming to us here. We're gregarious. Yeah, I would probably just say thank you for bringing this to my attention, and I will be more vigilant. So we're about halfway there in the money, and we got challenged to a board game with our wife. Makes sense we would accept this. So I'll play a board game with her, and hopefully don't lose, because our stress level would become critical. So let's go and accept, and let me just see if there's anything we can do. We can visit the market. We have the money for that, but yeah, probably don't want to do that because we got to spend all that money. Can't do this until 11/28 July. Let's see what's new here real quick. New alliances that can be negotiated. Oh, okay, so he just inherited all that territory. He would not accept an alliance, though, unfortunately. And so our daughter, Rosa, his mother, is serving as his regent. So province did go into our hands, but not our dynasty's hands, since that was not a matrilineal marriage. All right, so we've already gone through these here, so we'll just kind of pick what we want to do here, based on our own skills and her skills. And our intrigue is now higher than our martial. Before, when we were doing this, our martial was higher than the intrigue. But you also want to consider, you know, her good skills, which she's not great at any of these either, but her learning is the highest. And intrigue counters learning. So we'd probably want to do this one. I think it makes the most sense to say it takes a subtle mind to play chess. He says, it's so much more fun to toy with a wounded foe. Draws my opponent with no small amount of delighted venom. Don't you agree, Raymond? Of course, that's because she's sadistic. And so we'll just keep on going down this route. And she's continuing with a simple, pathetic gambit. My soulmate is only half paying attention to our game of chess. Mostly, she seems focused on staring deep into my eyes. Yes, just as planned. And she continues with a variety of cunning feints and ploys. Without breaking eye contact with me, my lover begins to gently caress one of the pieces with her fingertip, and oh my. So, this is going to become a naked chess game. We might not even be able to finish the game, guys. So we'll say it takes a subtle mind to play chess, and we won the game. Your tricks aren't going to work on me, woman. Alright, so we had a good game here. So we're going to gain stress because we're arrogant. Could rub it in a bit. Or we can do this one, and we also gain stress. Really don't need any stress right now. But at the same time, I don't think we'd say that one. So we're probably going to go into critical stress levels again. It's just a question of, do we do this one here? Which our arrogant self wouldn't want to do? or this one here, which our gregarious self wouldn't want to do. Now it's a 83% chance that she agrees that it was a good game and we get a higher opinion with her. Yeah, I'd probably just go with this one. Results in the least amount of stress. No matter what, we still go. Well, maybe not. Actually, we wouldn't go critical. We're only 30 short there. But yeah, either one of these would work. We'll go with this one because it's our spouse. We're going to try to rub it in. But yeah, very close to critical stress levels here. All it takes is like one friend, which we have so many. One friend to die. At least our old friends have already passed. We got a scheme at court. Somebody is plotting to kill me. Who, though? Who is plotting to kill us? Alright, so what we might want to do is try and uncover this plot. Raymond is incredibly concerned. So let's disrupt schemes. We don't really need those secrets over there anymore. Okay, we'll attempt to disrupt the scheme, and it looks like we got a war that just broke out here. Oh, the Pope has a war that we're being pulled into. And I didn't realize we 10 people in our dungeon. Might want to take a look who we got here. So we got Bosun. It's not the rival Bosun. Is he a decent knight? Not really. He can't pay for himself to get out either, though. Could just execute him, of course. Don't really have any reason to do that, though. We'll just get a weak hook on him and release him. So we got an event here, alone in the kitchen. This is the last trait for our daughter. And compassionate makes the most sense, but put us at a critical stress level. But I think that's the one we're going to do. And so again, we are stressed out. The back end of Raymond's life has been incredibly stressful. I mean, he's an independent ruler now. He's having trouble trying to throw these damn weddings. All the problems we have. Trying to get all these marriages for all our children. Wars. It's stressful, guys. So, I don't really want to join this, but obviously we will. So we're going to accept. And this is against the Duchy of Tuscany. Did he attack? Did he attack him? Let's just take a look here. Nope, he's the defender. So yeah, Tuscany attacked the Pope to try and gain control of all the Duchy of Tuscany. So this area right here. And the Pope has more troops. So what we're going to do, we're going to accept, and remember, you can't just accept helping out in a war and then not help and then maintain the alliance. They did make it so that the ally will request that you actually do something in the conflict. And if you don't, they'll end the alliance. And so we're going to need to at least raise up some troops. So what I'm thinking is probably just the men-at-arms. And then we'll help out with those. And that will keep the cost down to a degree. So let's go and move them here. And you know, the Pope did help us get our independence. It's only right that we would return the favor. And this is a defensive war. He's been attacked by the Duke of Tuscany, the most powerful ruler in Italy. I mean, you could debate whether it's the ruler of Sicily or the ruler of Tuscany here. Tuscany certainly has more troops, but the ruler of Sicily is also a child, so. But yeah, I think Tuscany is probably the most powerful ruler at this point. And so we don't want to spend money, so we're not going to go by sea. We're just going to take the attrition. And I'm going to have to force him to go this way. And go by land. And somebody's also trying to murder our knight here. Alright, so at least the scheme has been exposed, so it's going to be more difficult for them to be successful there. And our son has improved opinion with the mayor here. Got something else, just another alliance it looks like. Okay. I'm curious why we can declare war. Oh, we got a knight who has claims on one of the counties there. I see. So that would always been an option for a conflict. See, I'm wondering what all we need to do here. So we get bonuses for killing, torturing, cuckolding, robbing, and winning wars against its members. I see. Yeah, I would like to do something about him. We could challenge him to a fight again. Would he accept? He would. Well, 31% chance that he would. And we have a good chance of winning that fight. And we're both older men as well. Yeah, why not? We're not leading our own troops here. And then we could attempt to murder him too, resulting in his son taking over his titles. So, I mean, yeah, we could challenge him to a fight. I don't know if that'll actually get us anything here. It says winning wars. Yeah, it might not even do anything. There's only 31% chance that he'll even accept. But if he declines, he loses prestige. So, yeah, we'll go and challenge him to a fight. And he refuses. So we get prestige and he loses it. Who do we currently have leading our troops? Our son is actually leading. So apparently, I mean, he is really good with the sieging. So that's what we want to do is sieges. Then yeah, he would be the best one. But he's really not the best when it comes to advantage here. I know he's our marshal and all, but yeah, he's not the best character to be leading these troops here. I feel like we should have the count here leading. Now, again, if we're going to focus on sieges, then I guess that would be helpful. Having him do it. Yeah, I think it'd probably be better to do the count with his superior advantage. Yeah, let's go and do that, guys. And we only have 1,200 troops here as well, so we do not have a high chance of being successful here. I did not realize just how much of our army is made up of the levies. We've got to increase the men-at-arms. Once all the other things we need to spend money on once we do all that. Now, we could do a tax. We could travel our land for taxes to get the money to pay for this kingly title. I was going to do the tour after we got the title. What you could do is just do 2 tours. Like the first one's a tax one and the second one's a majesty one once we've gotten the title. Like, hey, this is what your money paid for. So that would be an option, is do two tours. So we've seen this event here with the social manipulation. And this is with one of our barons here. So the first time it happened, I barely even gave it a moment's thought. But my vassal, the Baron Pierre Arnault, has grown bolder. His challenges no longer pass unnoticed among my vassals. He's testing my limits. The others are sure to follow unless I give him a taste of his own medicine. So mocking his bothersome nature will shut him up. I don't know if he's actually bothersome. Maybe because he's arrogant and greedy. He instead say he shall have tasks which are impossible to complete. He'll do everything in his power to get the task done. Or commenting on his graceful feat will throw him off, so we objectify him. Okay, I'm thinking the impossible task one. Because he's very arrogant. And so I think that would, if he's not able to do something, that would make him feel bad. At least that's what Raymond would feel. He was unsuccessful at anything. So we'll go with that option. And we failed to manipulate him. Now we did get a diplomacy perk either way though. And so that allows us to get the accomplished forger. So we can fabricate claims faster. We can buy artifacts. Unlocks the buy artifact claim interaction. So you get the claim to the artifact, I see. And that's how you get the bloody grand weddings as well. So you do a grand wedding, and then you kill the other family. Okay, so with our 1,200 troops here, we could move down to help the Pope defeat these guys, which he would probably need our assistance. Or we could do a siege of his capital. Let me see if we can't do the siege of his capital. They're both doing sieges as well. 24 days here, 4 months here. Again, if he attacks him there, then he would need our assistance. 10 months for us to get the siege done. Oh, he's actually going to attack us. Okay, so yeah, obviously we're going to need to get out of here. We have no chance of winning this. We do take attrition every time we go through these. Okay. Well, it's too late now. Let's get out of here. Alright, and so he'll probably go after the Pope again. So now we need to start moving down to assist him. See if we can get there in time. Now, he finished up the siege, so now the Pope's going to take off. So So maybe we want to continue on this way rather than taking the attrition. Yeah, we'll see if we can't help the Pope win this. And it's only over one county, though. And it sucks for losing money right now. Alright, so there's a battle here. And the Pope is set to currently win it. And it looks like our cat is causing trouble again. So we'll probably tore something up of hers. Or pissed all over her stuff. A little bit of both. So we can compensate her for gold. Or say she's just a cat. I mean, that kind of feels like something an arrogant person would say. She's just a cat. Or fickle. Yeah, we're just going to go with that. We don't want to give her any of our hard-earned money. Well, they did not need our assistance there. So we can try and go after the capital now that he's been defeated, though he's still going to be in a good position to attack us. But unfortunately, we do have to end the episode here. So yeah, we're just saving up the money, but I think what we might end up doing, guys, is a tax tour. I'd like to finish up this war first, though. So we'll see where we're at there. We are still in critical stress level as well. We never did get an event there. So maybe we'll be able to do this here in July and get rid of the stress. It's a lot of stress, though. So maybe we'll do that tax tour next episode once this war's done, and then see if we can't earn the money to create our kingdom title. And then we'll do another tour after we raise up a bit more money, and that would be a majesty tour. Kind of show off our title there. And I'm sure there'll be more wars in between all that and after this one here in Italy, which we'll have to get finished up. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.